Hello everyone. Today, I'll be showcasing an ecosystem using my own backyard and explaining how you can identify each member as well as what they each do to keep an ecosystem functional. This is meant to be educational for younger students. Follow along to learn a little bit about ecosystems that can be present right outside your own front door. Here's a photo of my backyard, which we will be using as an ecosystem to explore. First off, what exactly is an ecosystem? An ecosystem consists of all living and non-living parts of an environment. Living is defined as biotic organisms that form a community. Non-living is defined as abiotic features and physical conditions which form a habitat. A community is a population of organisms, and a habitat is where they all live. An example of a living or biotic feature of my own ecosystem is this snail. It, as well as many others of its kind, help to form a community. An example of a non-living or abiotic feature would be the sun. Although it does provide sunlight, the sun itself is not alive. It directly helps form our habitat. Here we see an energy pyramid, which gives examples as well as a visual representation of what I will be speaking on next. As we see here, energy travels up the pyramid and fuels the next layer, including various members of them. Here we see in the producers, we have grass and other plant life. Then we have primary consumers, secondary consumers, and tertiary consumers. We will define each member as we go. Each member of this pyramid plays a crucial role for an ecosystem to function properly. I tried finding a member from each section of the pyramid in my own yard. First, we'll be starting with primary producers. Primary producers make up the majority in an ecosystem. Here we see two examples, which are a patch of grass on the left and a plant with flowers growing on the right. Primary producers are autotrophs and are most often organisms which undergo photosynthesis. Photosynthesis is a process in which plants take in carbon dioxide using their stomata, which is a structure within a plant cell, and water taken in by their roots. Using sunlight, which is taken in by chloroplast, another structure within a plant cell, leads to them being able to produce sugar for consumption and oxygen to be released, oxygen being what we all need to survive. Next, we have primary consumers, which are organisms who directly consume producers. Here are two different worms I found in my yard, which would be directly consuming grass and other plant life present. Worms also have a diet which consists of dead plant life and help to decompose other dead organisms. After primary consumers come secondary consumers, who eat worms like the two we saw in the previous slide. Unfortunately, I was unable to take a close-up photo of these small birds here, as they would fly away whenever I would try to get close, which was very many attempts. However, I can still explain their role. The role of a secondary consumer is to eat primary consumers. They are usually carnivores or omnivores, and to help maintain balance by not allowing for an overpopulation of worms or other primary producers they may prey on. Lastly, we have tertiary consumers. I believe this is a hawk, and I was lucky enough to capture this photo from my window. Tertiary consumers can be described as apex predators within an ecosystem who sit at the top of a food chain. This hawk, most likely, directly hunts and consumes the birds which were present within the last slide, as well as other potential meals it may come across. Every organism present within an ecosystem has a role to play and are all extremely important to maintain order. Thank you for listening, and I hope that you learned a little bit about ecosystems. Thank you.